Welcome, amazing ones. We have this geometry puzzle before us. In this diagram, we are asked to find the area of the circle. Now, you observe from the question, the circle is inscribed inside the shape. This is your quadrilateral, and we want to find the area. How do we find the area of a circle? For us to find the area of this circle, we know that the area is pi r squared. What it means is that we need to find the radius. If we find the radius of this circle, then we can find the area. The question is, how do we find the radius? Don't worry, I'm going to take you through that step by step. Now, to find the radius, you observe that this circle is touching this shape, the outer shape, you can see it. And whenever you draw a circle, this part of the circle is the boundary or the circumference. Now, whenever a circle touches a line, this line is what we call the tangent line. You see that it touches this circle at a point, but does not cut through. It touches it and moves away. Now, each time you have this, it reminds you of a lot of theorems, and those theorems are what we are going to use to find the radius. Let's go back to the question. Now, this is the center of the circle. You know that from the center touching the circumference of the circle is what we call the radius. So this is the radius of the circle. We can get as many radii as possible, provided it moves from the center to touch any part of the circumference. We can also get this from here down to this part, gives us the radius. We can also get another from here down to this part, gives us the radius. Now, there is something special about this radius. You know that if this becomes the center, the line from the center touching the circumference, we say is radius. And when this radius comes in contact with the tangent, it always makes angle 90. We say the tangent and the radius theorem. Now, having noted this, you observe now that this line touches this. This line becomes the tangent of the circle. This is the tangent because you see it's touching the circle at this point. So if this line is your tangent, you observe that the radius touches it at this point. Automatically, it makes angle 90 here and also makes angle 90 here. Also noted that for it to touch this part of this shape, it also makes angle 90 here. Now with this, we can also form more radius. Let's get this. You see that from here touching this part is also radius. And because it's touching, this is also a tangent. Did you see it? It's a tangent to this circle, so it also makes angle 90. Remember, this one also makes angle 90 here. Now, this is your radius. This is also radius. This is radius. This is your radius. And if this is radius, automatically from here to here should be equal with this to this, because you see that this is forming a square. If these three angles are 90 each, the remaining angle should be 90 to make it 360. In that case, this part of this shape should also be radius. And if here is radius, here, from here to here, should also be radius. Now, if from here to here is also radius, then we can get from this point to this point, this line is also radius. Remember, the total length from here to here is 3. So in that case, we can adjust it. It means that from here down to this place is our radius. And if that is the case, to get this remaining tiny part is going to be 3 minus r. So that when you add the total length, it gives you back the 3 units we have. Now, what other information do we need for us to find this radius? You observe that radii is just everywhere, but we have not found it yet. Now, another information we need to get is, you also know that from here to here is the same as here to here, because this shape has formed a square. So here is also the same as this. That means from here down to this part is my radius. And if this is true, it also means that we can get the remaining length. The remaining length is from here down to this part. If here is r, the remaining should be 7 minus r. So that if you add the total length, it gives you back your 7 units. What do we do next? It's becoming interesting. Now, at this point, your target should be to discover which part of this shape will you take to help you find that radius. Let's look at it critically. Now, we can also, what if we try to break this shape from here? You see this place? Let's break it from here down to touch this line so that we have this. Remember, this line is parallel to this. Here makes angle 90 as well. Now, if we break this shape, we can try to bring this out. Now, bringing it out will it still help us? Because you observe that we don't know from here to this place. We also do not know from here down to this. So how do we use it to find the radius? Now, if you go back to the diagram, you see that the whole of this length from here down to this part is equal to this length. Did you see that? So the total length here you can see is this r plus r, which gives you 2r. So if here is 2r, automatically this total length is also 2r. Let's take this up. So the total length here is 2r. We have found one side. Can we find this side? Let's go back. Now, you also observe that from here, remember we said when you have your circle drawn, that this is our tangent. It touches the circle at a point. Now, whenever you have another tangent, just watch. You have these two tangents that join together at a point. Did you see that? Whenever you have two tangents meeting each other at a point, we always say that the two tangents are equal to each other. In that case, can it help us here? The theorem here is the tangent and the tangent theorem. Now, can we use this theorem to answer this question? Let's go back. You see that from here, you see this circle, this is the radius. You see that this line touches the circumference at this point. And because it touches it at this point, you see that from here to here gives you the radius also. So this line is at tangent at this point. So this line becomes the tangent. And this tangent from here to here is the tangent line. Also watch, this is where it also have, this is also the point where this touches this. This is also, this line is also your tangent. Did you see it? If this line is tangent with this, it means that whatever length you have from here to here should be the same with what will be from here to this point. Now, what is the value from here to here? From what you can see, you see that from here to here is 7 minus r. Automatically, we can say that the value from this point to touch this part is also 7 minus r. What is your reason? The tangent theorem. Now, we are not yet okay with the information because we need to know the total length of this particular line, also know this length for us to get what we are looking for. Now, can we get this tiny line? Can we get this tiny so that we get the total length? Now, to get this tiny line, you observe that this also is tangent here, and this line is also tangent. This tiny one is at tangent at this point. Did you see? So we have two tangents here. You see, the two tangent lines, just like what we have said here. And it means that these two tiny lines here are also equal. Remember, from this down to this place is what gave us 3 minus r. So for us to have from here down to this part, it should also be the same as 3 minus r because they are both at tangent at this, obeying this theorem. So in that case, this tiny length is going to be 3 minus r. If here is 3 minus r and here is 7 minus r, it means we can get this total length. Having known this length and this length, can we find this remaining length? From here down to this, can we find it so that we can bring that shape out? You know too well that the total length here is 3. And if this total length is 3, it also means that from here, let's make it clear. So it means that from here, this part, down to this place is also 3 units. So if you want to find the remaining length, what do? The total length is 7. From here to here is 3. The remaining length should be 7 minus 3, which gives you 4. So it means that from here down to this place is 4 units. we have gotten what we need. And with this information, we are free to find the radius. Let's do that together. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for choosing to lecture us. If you find this tutorial interesting, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, click on the notification bell for updates from us. Share this so that the algorithm sent to more people that need this skill. Thank you for choosing to lecture us. Let's do this together to have. So bringing out this part of the shape, this is what we have. Remember, it's right angles here. From here to this end, we got 4 units. From this length down to this length is summation of this. So we have 3 minus r plus 7 minus r for this total length. And from here down to this part is the summation of our radius, which is 2r. With this information, we can now have it as, let's simplify this. We have 3 minus r plus 7 minus r. This will give us 10 minus 2r. So the whole length here will be the same as. So we can write it as 10 minus 2r. Now, you see that this is a right triangle. And whenever you're working with the size of a right triangle, it reminds you of your Pythagoras theorem. Applying Pythagoras theorem, we have it that the square of these two tails, sum it, and it should be equal to the longest side squared. So that gives us 2r squared plus 4 squared is equal to 10 minus 2r squared. So we simplify this. This means 2r multiplies 2r. 2 times 2 is 4. R times r is r squared. So this gives us 4r squared. 4 squared gives us 16. Now to simplify this, we know too well that for every a minus b squared, it's always a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So we can apply this identity here. This is a and this is b. So we are having 10 squared minus 2 multiplies 10 multiplies 2r, then plus 2r squared. So if you simplify this, we have, so this gives us 4r squared plus 16 is 10 squared gives us 100. Multiply this, it gives us negative 40r plus, this will give us 4r squared. Now you see that 4r squared is on both sides, so you can easily cancel out. So we now have 16 is 100 minus 40r. What do you do at this point? We are going to collect like terms. So in that case, we are going to take this to the left side. Then this will go to the right side. It's positive. This is negative. So it becomes 40r is equal to, take this to the right, it becomes 100 subtract 16. So to do that, we now have 40r is, if you subtract this, it gives us 84. To get the value of r, this is multiplying. To get your r, you divide. So we divide by 40. This cancels. So our radius will give us, divide this, it gives us 21 over 10. Now this gives us the radius. But the question is not on radius. We want to find the area. So we're going to use this radius to find the area of the circle. Let's do that together. So to find the area of the circle, we are going to now have pi multiplied by radius squared. So we have the area of the circle is pi. Our radius is 21 divided by 10 squared. So we have area is pi times 21 squared gives 441. 10 squared gives us 100. So we can have it as our area is equal to, we can simplify this, or we can also leave it as this as 41 on 100 pi. And this, because its area is going to be in square units. So this gives us the area of the circle. And I hope you really learned something. Don't forget to like, share this video. If you're still new, hit that subscription button. We have a lot for you every day. And also be curious to see your own method in the comment. Thank you for choosing to learn through us. I hope to see you in my next class. Have a beautiful day. Bye.